Now, in its 11th year, this is Gabnet. Talk like you've never heard it before.
Hey everybody, yeah, this is Alex and this is the Ramble live from Harlem in New York. Hey, there he is. It says underneath Walter Sabo. It could say Walter Sterling.
It could.
It could, but it doesn't. Wait, let me get my coffee over here. See, a big cup of joe right there. And Walter Sabo is an old friend. He's a friend first of all. Then he's a associate in my former line of work. He's just all around a good guy that I enjoy talking to.
Thank you.
Yeah.
As are you.
Thank you. All right. But also you were a consultant, a radio consultant, which is is pretty much a extinct job category, isn't it?
There was a time when if there were 50 radio stations in a city,
yeah,
that meant that your station had 49 competitors, and therefore they looked for help from consultants, people to give them outside advice. Now that it's a consolidated industry where 5 companies might own all of those 50 stations, and all your competitors are down the hall, they don't really need outside advice because they can get advice down the hall.
I knew this business was passing me by the day that I went to work for Clear Channel in San Francisco.
Yes.
After a bit of a time off, okay? And I come back and I'm at working there doing a show every morning, and my competitor is next door.
It's strange.
In the office right next to me, studio right next to me. Happened to be Jim Lang, by the way.
It's also strange that in a given cluster of stations in one building, same building, half of them can be suicidal when the rating book comes out, and the other half is going to a steak dinner. So it's a very weird thing.
Well, I always loved when ratings came out, how you were, one month you were a hero.
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations, Alex. Look at those numbers. And we all know they went up and down and up and down and up and down. And so next month, you're like, oh, well, don't even talk to him in the hallway. Right. So you're no longer the hero. And that's what I guess I hated about the business. I was just in it to entertain. But every month we would gather around this, in those days it was like a thing that came through. I can't remember. It wasn't a teletype exactly, but it was the ratings would come through, and they come through line by line as they would print out. And you're waiting for yours and waiting for yours. And when yours finally came, you were either ecstatic or just unbelievably depressed.
I knew a few smart program directors who, no matter what, told the talent that you had great ratings, your ratings went up. That's all they'd ever say to the talent. Yeah. And therefore the perceived depression didn't happen. And in those stations, by the way, it worked because usually the ratings did go up because the air talent was happy.
Well, that has a lot to do with it, when you used to tell people, consult them, did you consult them about how to run their radio stations emotionally? In other words, how to get the best out of your people with good feelings and so on?
Yes, this is what I would do. This is the most important thing I would tell management.
And by the way, this is important, I think, for any business. Okay.
Any business where you're making something in-house, whether it's pottery.
Well, I just lost
creative thing on the radio.
Yeah.
This is the most important thing. It sounds so silly, but it's god-awful true. When you walk by the people doing the creating of something, pottery, painting, designing, architect, whatever it is, when you walk by those people, look at them and smile and say, "Great to see you." Make it up. No matter how miserable your day is, you smile and look at them and say, "Boy, it's great to see you." And then the curtain of paranoia is lifted over the creative team, and you're a hero. If you walk by them and you've just eaten a bad lunch and you have gas and you hold your stomach and go, they'll think it's about them. And this is, most creative run businesses are such that when the boss closes her door, everybody thinks she's talking about them.
Right.
So keep your door open. That was one of the tricks of Leonard Goldenson. Leonard Goldenson, the chairman of ABC, the founder, the founder of ABC, he had a rule passed down to his managers, which is anybody on the air can come and see me whenever they want. And they would. Jim Kerr, the morning man at WPLJ in New York, would frequently go up and just walk into Leonard Goldenson's office and chat. And Leonard loved it.
I worked there. I didn't know I could do that.
You could have done that.
I didn't know I could do that.
There you go.
If I had, maybe I'd still be at ABC.
Well, you might have been, or not. Or you might have left sooner.
Well, Jim Kerr was a very smart person that way.
He was a very smart person. And the other thing about ABC that was very special is ABC was tipped in favor of people on the air. If you were on the air, they liked you. And they, if you were a creative person, they liked you. And unlike most companies, the management at ABC knew what was good on the air. If it was good on the air, they knew it. They knew what it sounded like, felt like, they knew it. And if it wasn't right, they knew that too. But it was intuitive to them because it was so important to that chairman that you make a good show. You had to make a good show. And the other great thing about ABC, which was incredible, you must be ethical. You must behave. So the trade-off was make a good show, try your luck on the air, dare to be great, but do not break the rules. That's how they ran their business, and that sounds pretty smart.
Yeah. I didn't notice that when I worked there, but because, I don't want to really get into that, but you get to the days of FM, they didn't treat exactly the same way. I don't think they understood all these people with long hair coming in and, playing music that they brought in from home. They didn't understand that completely. They just knew that it was working.
Well, they didn't understand it at NBC, and they didn't understand it at CBS, and they didn't understand it at most companies, which is why it happened. So the way it happened at most companies was AM was radio, and FM was really strange. And it only happened because the FCC changed the rule, which was you could no longer simulcast.
Right.
So then the FMs, you had to do something with the FMs.
It was very interesting. People might find this interesting. I don't want to get too much into radio talk personally, because then we leave people out there. But I found that in the early days of radio here in New York, your AM station, we had two levels on the tuner. Okay, you had AM, you had FM below it. All right? And that the AM for ABC, for instance, was directly above the FM on that dial. They actually picked their dial position so they would be right in the... Am I right about that?
Do you think on the radio sets that might have been coincidental?
No, it literally, you always had this AM on the top, FM on the bottom. And if you turn to FM, you then use the FM dial. But on the actual strips.
Radio. Well, if they pulled that off, that's quite something.
Yeah, well, I mean, ABC was right on top of ABC FM.
Now, at NBC, to show you the priority of AM and FM relative to each other in the corporate eye, when you got off the elevator in San Francisco, the signage said in bold metal letters, the signage said KNBR Radio, KYUU FM.
Oh, really?
In Chicago, it said WMAQ Radio, WKQX FM.
By the way, when you were in San Francisco, did you ever
Yes.
get to go into the old NBC, ABC building? What was called Radio City San Francisco?
No, they had torn it down by the time.
No, it's still there. The
Really?
building is still there. I worked there when I worked for KBHK. My father worked there when he was doing, national radio programs and was part of the orchestra. And when I was taking a break doing my TV thing because we were editing it and so on, I would go into that big studio, and it still had the radio booth, the control booth, and it had the place where the audience sat, and it had this stage. And I just sat there and I kind of communicated with my father. I mean, it was just a wonderful thing.
That's pretty sweet.
But they had this wonderful mural of all the countries of the world getting radio with a big hand on the dial. It was a mosaic. It was a beautiful building. Still is. I think the mosaic is still there.
What is it used for now?
Who knows? It could be an insurance company for all I know.
Yeah, but we want the mosaic. We want
Yes.
that mural.
Oh, I once said if they ever decide to tear it down, I want to buy it piece by piece, and reassemble it somewhere. It's just beautiful. I don't know if it should still be there. I think the building was protected, so who knows. Anyway, so before we started our conversation, it was kind of interesting
Yes.
in that you said, the thing about Zoom is you suddenly realize, how old you're getting and da-da-da. What do you mean by that exactly?
I mean that when I go on Zoom,
Yeah.
I can see unfiltered and unadulterated the fact that I have less hair than the last time I went on Zoom, and then my cheeks are fatter than the last time I went on Zoom.
Well,
There's no way around it.
yeah, I find these bags are worse during the day because I have sunlight coming in on top of the lighting that I have here. And I didn't take care of those when I took care of the rest of the eyes because you notice my eyes are now wider open. So, yeah.
You had an operation? Did
What?
you have an operation?
Yeah.
Did you have an operation?
Yeah,
You did?
They did it was medical because they need to do the lids because they had come halfway down into my pupil, so that it was a little harder for me to see. So they had to raise these. So if you notice, my eyes are bigger now.
The people I know who have had that operation said that when it was over, the recovery hurt like hell.
No.
No. So you had the right doctor.
Yeah, no, I had no real problem at all.
Since we've been on here, I had cataract surgery.
Yeah, well, cataracts are simple. They didn't used to be, but they are now.
It's a miracle that it's very simple and very fast, but I have to disclose this to you and only to you.
Well,
I
no,
would
but you're
do
not
that-
saying it only to me because there are people watching this.
I would do that. I view your viewer as you.
Oh, okay.
I would have that surgery anytime because I have never had a better experience stoned out of my mind. It was great. I mean, what they pump into you is
they
magic.
didn't pump anything into me. All they did was deaden the eyeball
That's no fun.
and went through things. No, they didn't give me a drug. No.
It was liquid.
Happiness.
It was liquid nirvana.
Yeah. There's this, they give you, they put you out sometimes for certain things. My wife loves it because she claims the best moment of her life is when, let me explain it. It's like propofol. It has like just before you go out, there's
Just
this.
before.
Just
Yeah.
before. It's like a
Just
matter of seconds. You get this, whoa!
right.
And she loves that.
That's what I had. She's right. That was the medication.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay.
But I wasn't out. It was I was awake, but it didn't matter.
Yeah, well, when they did the eyes, they put me on a kind of I was awake. I knew what was going on because they needed me awake so I could open my eyes and move them and so on so they could see it, you know. But it was work. It was the whole procedure was not comfortable. I thought they were going to just put me out and that would be it.
They won't do that anymore. It's very hard to get them to put you out. Like I would have assumed they would have done that too, and I bet you 5 years ago they would have. But today, man, to get them to put you out, that's made.
Yeah. Well, here's what happened. When I went to go get the seeds implanted in my prostate, right, for my prostate cancer, they couldn't put me out. They said I was too old, and they didn't want to take the chance of putting me out. I'm going, come on, I still get put out for stuff. But anyway, said we're going to give you a spinal, which I thought would be dreadful, but it wasn't.
Dreadful.
No, it didn't hurt at all. Didn't hurt
good.
at all. Okay?
Good.
But then I became a paraplegic. Felt nothing below my midsection. And they put me in there, and they started working on me. And they gave me a little bit of like Valium and stuff to keep me kind of in a little bit in la-la land, but I wasn't out, okay, because they didn't want to put me out. So I'm sitting there, and suddenly for the first time in my life, I'm able to be in the middle of an operation, and I can hear everything that's going on. And I thought they would go, sutures, scalpel, oh, nurse, wipe my brow, blah, 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 blah. No, it's like, so what are you doing this weekend?
Right.
You know, oh, I don't know. Last weekend, my wife and I went to the shore, and I'm going, where's all this drama I see on TV, you know? So, by the way, the guy that did my seeds, remember years ago, Rudy Giuliani had seeds implanted in his prostate?
Yeah, same guy.
Same guy, yeah.
And it was successful.
Oh, obviously it was successful. He's been around for...
No, I mean you.
Oh, yeah.
That's great.
Well, I mean, we'll find out if I have any kind of resurgence or whatever next month because I get another PSA test. But the last time I got it, it was 0. Undetectable.
I saw my personal care physician, whatever they call it, this week, and he did the blood work, and then he calls me at home, and he runs down all of the stuff. He says, normal, 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 normal. There's nothing wrong with you. He's from the Ukraine or something. He goes, there's nothing wrong with you, absolutely nothing. Everything's perfect. And I said, really? I said, then there's no justice. And he said, don't push it.
Well, so you got a good bill of health.
I had a great bill of health, and there's no justice.
Yeah. Well, I've gotten to the point where I think my doctor actually always he worries about everything. Okay, at my age, they just worry about everything. When you get to be my age, they'll worry about everything. Blood's a little off. They go crazy. They got to do something about that, you know. But what I don't want to get into, and this is now we're losing all the young people here. Although we don't have any young people listening to us anyway, because
you don't know.
Nobody wants to listen to an old guy. Anyway, but where was I? I got all welled up in something.
You don't want to get into something.
Oh, you don't want to get into what I call the doctor mill. The doctor says
no, you don't.
You know, your blood levels are low. We have to send you to a phlebotomist.
Yeah.
You know, and we have to do this, and you got to go to so and so. And Marjorie, my wife, has. I think her doctors are her major. You're really tired this morning, right?
No, I apologize. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay. That's all right. The audience yawns at this show, so why shouldn't you?
No, it isn't that.
Anyway, so I said that if she didn't have medical doctor appointments, she wouldn't have any social life at all.
Yeah, and how has she recovered from her accident?
Her accident? Oh, that was a long time ago. That's when she was.
But she's okay.
Yeah, her knee. Yeah, it still bothers her on a cold day. You know, I mean, she had the knee literally had metal put in it to take care of it. But she was walking down the street out of work on Madison Avenue. And some tourist pushed her. She fell to the ground. Boom. Killed her knee. So she had to have a pin put in her head, some metal put in to fix it. So.
Now, to appeal to young people,
Okay.
I have a homework assignment for you.
For me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. What's my homework?
You need to go see the movie Licorice Pizza.
I saw it.
I loved it.
I hated it.
Why did you hate it?
It was boring. I mean, if ask me to describe the movie.
You can't.
It's all about a waterbed salesman. You know, I mean, we watched half of it and turned it off.
Wow.
We don't understand what people see in that picture. I will tell you a picture we saw the other day that's terrific. Got the best performance, I think, of the year. And I didn't think I would like it. King Richard, the film about Serena and Williams's father and him raising them to be tennis players. And Will Smith is sensational.
It's a great story.
Yeah, and he's sensational. But Licorice Pizza, what was it about tell me. What was it that you liked about Licorice Pizza?
It was a painting turned into a movie. It was a painting about 1973 that was turned into a movie. The dialogue between the two of them was perfect. The things they were afraid of as 15 and 25-year-olds was exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like the San Fernando Valley in 1973.
Mm-hmm.
It captured everything at that moment in time. And in my opinion, 1973 was the worst year in history for culture, music. I mean, remember, Helen Reddy had a hit in 1973.
I know, 1973. Everybody talks about that period of time.
But their dialogue and their acting, when the two of them were talking to each other, was like, oh my gosh, that's exactly right. They got it exactly right. A moment in time and two people who have never been on the screen before.
Yeah, well, I don't know. We got about halfway through it and just went, life's too short. And we got to the point where they meet up with John Peters, and I'm going, come on, you know.
Yeah, but in L.A. that would happen.
Well, yeah, but you know, anyway, I disagree about that film. But you see any other movies you liked?
And then it got me interested in the band she's in Haim.
Mm-hmm.
And the band she's in, it turns out, is spectacular.
Yeah, let's explain that the director of the film found this family that he fell in love with. I think he did a documentary on them. All the girls in it are singers. And so in the movie, the girl is played by, I can't remember her name now, something Haim.
Alana Haim.
Alana Haim. And then she has two sisters who sing with her in the group. They're in the film as her sisters. And then her mother and father play the mother and father in the film.
Right. And then the boy is played by that famous actor who killed himself. Damn it.
Famous actor.
Anyway, so it was just, I found it just perfect.
Oh, okay.
A perfect portrayal.
I may go back and just have a look at it.
Well, the thing
again.
so anyway, it led me to the band Haim, which has been very successful for 10 years. That's a hit band. And they have toured successfully, made successful albums, highly regarded in the music industry, because they put on incredibly entertaining shows.
Right.
Their shows are spectacular. And she's very funny about going from being in a band to being the star of a movie. She said, I used to just be third from the left. So this is a whole different thing. And she's charming and compelling and a great talent, a true talent.
Yeah.
Now, what else have I seen? I loved Becoming Anna. Have you seen that?
Becoming Anna. Marjorie.
Becoming Anna.
I think Marjorie watched that. I
Yeah,
haven't
she would
seen
love
it.
that.
Yeah.
It's about that girl who
Yeah, who takes cons everybody.
cons everybody.
Yeah.
Well done. And what else have I seen?
That's actually a series, and it's on Netflix.
Yeah, I saw it, and it was first a series in the New York Post. It was the sort of thing that they love.
You know, I just noticed whenever I talk to you, time just flies by.
It's fascinating. It's because of me.
Flies by. I love doing these things with you. Can you do them another couple of weeks from now?
Yeah, when do you want to do it?
Well, I'll after we're through here, we'll talk and we'll figure out a day. This is Walter Sabo, but he's Walter Sterling, and he can be heard on how many radio stations now?
About 80 stations at 10 p.m. on Sunday night, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Stations like KMOX St. Louis, KDKA Pittsburgh, KMBZ in Kansas City, stations like that.
Yeah. So
if they scream at the if it's a station that screams at the Democrats, I'm on that station.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, there he goes, Walter Sterling, Walter Sabo. Thanks.
Thank you for teaching us all how to do talk radio, Mr. Bennett. Thank you.
Oh yeah, I'm the master.
You're the master.
You're always
You're the guy.
I always call him because he's really flattering to me.
Yeah, but it's true.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Now, in its 11th year, this is Gabnet. Talk like you've never heard it before.
And that's Walter Sabo, the guy who kind of brought me to New York for Sirius XM, and he was very important in my career, I will say. He's very flattering, but he's important in my career. That's an old interview. We ran that a long time ago, but I figured he was worth running again. Since we had nobody new to run, and I don't like spending the first half hour talking to anybody these days. I'm just lazy. But anyway, we got, let me see here. We got some people waiting. Hold on a second. Let me go look at the participants so that we can see. Oh, yeah, okay. All right, these are all people that I will be more than happy to admit. We got Mark Thorner, and we got Charlie Wallace, and we got Alan here for the time being. And let's see if more people want to call us, and we can talk to them. Hello, Mark again. I just love this. This is what a treat this is.
You know, it's so good. I could just listen to you and Walter just talk about radio in New York for hours.
Yeah, well, when he knows a lot about radio. Okay,
Yeah.
he knows a lot about it.
Is he still? Is he still working out in New Jersey?
Is he still working out in New Jersey? No, he's in Cleveland now.
Wow.
Yeah, he moved to Cleveland. Things in New York kind of, for a while there, didn't pan out for him too much. So he went to Cleveland because his wife lived there, and his parents had her parents had a house there and some property and so on. And they just felt it was easier to live there than here. And then he went and got this thing doing a weekly show, and now I understand it's 5 nights a week or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, so, But it's radio. That's the problem with it these days. It's radio. Hello, Charlie. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yep. You're at your girlfriend's house again, right?
Yep.
What's that poster in back of you? That looks very nice.
Oh, that's some kind of picture that she's gotten. It looks good. She hangs it on the wall there.
No, it's great. It looks beautiful. Yeah. And, of course, Kevin, how the hell are you tonight?
Just Ducky.
Okay, just
That's what I always say.
Yeah, just Ducky. Does that mean when you say that, does it mean that things are good or that they're bad, but you're kind of hiding it?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Means I'm alive.
Yeah, it means you're alive. And Alan, hello, welcome back. Good to see you.
Thank you. I had to go back to the hand specialist because By the morning, my bandage had fallen off. This time I got somebody that knew what they were doing to put the bandage on that'll last.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
She said, I don't know what that girl did. It was maybe her first day. I said, yeah, I mean, the bandage was on the floor.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes they know how to do it and they don't know how to do it. But you know what happens? Doctors give us other people now to do stuff.
Yeah.
And I had this hand which has arthritis in it, and I get a cortisone shot, and I'm good to go for like 6 months, 9 months.
Right.
Last time it was 9 months before I went back to get another one. But my doctor wasn't available. His nurse practitioner was. So she did it, and it didn't take.
Ooh.
That's happened to me.
And so
have that carpal tunnel syndrome.
so I went back to her, and she said, well, I can't do it till the end of the month because we had to give it 3 months before we can do it again. And I said, well, it's hurting like hell now.
Yeah.
You know? And I think that when you did it, a lot of blood came out, which made
Not
me
good.
it made me think that a lot of the cortisone came with it, you know?
Yeah.
So she says, okay, I'll do it, but don't tell anybody else. So she did it again, and my hand is still hurting.
See, a good doctor that injects will pull the needle back to make sure he's not in an artery or a vein.
Well, no, that isn't it. That wasn't it.
Oh.
That wasn't it. That wasn't the problem. The bleeding,
Okay.
I wasn't blaming on her. I've got, I've got a form of leukemia, and I think, sometimes bleed easily. All right, but I didn't bleed the last time. But it didn't take again this time. I still got it. Still hurts. You know.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, because I didn't get my doctor. I want my doctor to do it. I don't want a nurse practitioner. I'd
You
like
can
to
get used to it too.
Huh?
You can get used to cortisone. After a while, they say it doesn't work.
Well, yeah, but I went 9 months without it. Okay, so I wasn't overdoing it.
No,
Yeah,
I've
and
been
Marjorie,
6 years.
Marjorie's had.
I was doing it 6 months at a time, and they finally said, "Well, it's not working no more." So
Yeah, well, with Marjorie, it's still working for her. You know.
So you could, yeah, I've been doing it for 6 years, and if it ever doesn't work again and your hand's really hurting bad, ask them for oral steroids, providing you can take it with your blood cancer. But
My
the
bl-
oral steroids will work for.
Did you have to say blood cancer?
Sorry,
Did you have to say blood cancer?
is that what I said?
Makes it sound
Oh,
really
I'm sorry.
bad.
I meant to say disorder.
You know, I tell people I have leukemia, and they go, "Oh my God!"
Well, it is a blood cancer.
Yeah.
It is a blood cancer, but it's nicer to say the chronic lymphatic was it chronic lymphatic lymphoma
Okay. Everybody
or
remember
whatever?
that.
Was it lymphoma? No, leukemia is the last word. Leukemia.
Right. Lymphoma.
Chronic lymphatic leukemia. So anyway, but it's the good leukemia, if there's any such
The good
thing.
one.
You know.
Yeah.
But the point is that I'm going to go to another doctor. I know another doctor, the sports medicine guy, and I just want the doctor to do it. You know, they just get it in the right place, and so on and so forth.
Oral prednisone for 10 days will work also.
What?
In most cases. Oral prednisone. It's a steroid. pill.
Prednisone. I know. I've taken prednisone.
Yeah.
And then how long will it keep working?
For about 6 months.
About
I
6
get
months.
my rest done about every 6 months for the past
And you do the
7
prednisone?
years. And I've only had to do the oral twice. It worked.
Well, good. I mean, I'll try anything.
You can just ask the doctor.
So I think we have our vacation set now. We're leaving the end of September.
Yeah, you want to take a
Wait a minute.
quickie, try to get me on?
Jeff?
You're on.
You're on.
Jeff, you're on. Jeff?
Thank you.
Yeah, well, don't talk now.
I'm talking. Right?
Anyway, we're going on our little vacation. I think the end of September, beginning of October, for 10 days, and it's costing a bundle. Okay, because we're old people. We want to take it easy.
That's it.
So we're getting what they call their brilliant suite. I don't know what that means, but it's a brilliant suite. And we're going to take. We're going to go premium economy. Premium economy. Have you ever done premium economy? It's really nice. It's really
Okay.
nice. Marjorie doesn't want to take a regular one because it hurts her back. And I'm going, your back can, for like, about $5,000 more. Your back could hurt for a while, if you wanted it to. But if she's gonna, and I'd be happy to sit in the back. But if she's gonna get premium economy, I'm gonna get premium economy.
The trouble is if she sits in the front and you sit in the back, she will get there before you.
Yes, she will. I know, and she'll hold it over me for the full trip. So then, we got to go. We're going to go to, I guess we're going to go to Athens, and then we're staying at a hotel where we're outside our window is a patio, and we can look at the Parthenon.
Oh, wow.
We figured
Nice.
we're doing it high class this time,
Nice.
and all our just loose money, the money we have, will probably be gone. But by then, Marjorie's selling her condo, so we'll have more money to pour into this. It's just,
Mark, did you spend the night in that whatever it is behind you? You're in the same place.
What?
I know it's a
Yesterday.
picture. He was in the same place.
Oh, you
last
mean
night.
Mark is in the same place?
Yeah,
Well, it's
I
a
thought
nice
maybe he
place
spent
to
the night.
be, for crying out loud.
Not with this heat and humidity.
Not with this humidity. It's been really nice up here. It's been incredible. I walked into the bedroom tonight where Marjorie's sleeping because she likes to keep she doesn't like to turn on the air conditioner if possible, and she likes to keep the window open. And so some nights I have trouble going to sleep because it's just, whatever. So but I went in there just now, and it's actually cool in there. Breeze is coming through. And
All right,
that's
you
going
gotta
to be.
close the window and turn the air conditioner on.
No. No, I want to. That's going to be great to lie in there and sleep with that kind of breeze coming in there.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's good. That's the way it should be. What's the problem with Jeff? What kind of problem are you having?
He's muted.
Well, you're muted, is what it is, Jeff. Here, wait a minute. Hold on a second.
We were hearing him before.
There.
Ask
Nope.
to
There you go.
I can talk.
Oh, there you go. Okay, fine.
You can see him?
Yeah.
As long as you
Yeah, we
can,
can see him.
he can't see that he's up. He
Oh,
can't see his
then
own
it
face.
doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Okay.
He just didn't know if he was participating. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Take care, guys.
He doesn't participate anyway, but
No.
Wait a minute, he tried yesterday and got cut off.
Did he?
Yeah, you were talking about Corvettes, and he said he knew a lot about Corvettes, and that was the end.
Oh, okay.
That's what happened.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, so
About all I can remember from yesterday.
Yeah.
that's about all you remember from yesterday's show. That's probably the highlight of yesterday's show too. So anyway, what else? What's new today? Anything?
I can't believe your friend enjoyed the pizza, licorice pizza. I saw part that came out like 2021, and a friend of mine said, "Oh, this has got to be great. You like licorice and pizza?" And I'm like,
Wait a minute, wait, say that again. What? Where were we talking about licorice pizza?
"You were talking about it with Sabo."
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
Liquor?
talking about memory.
Well, it's an old interview,
I know
and
it's
I
an
wasn't
old- I know
listening
it's an
to
old-
it. I went in the other room and I watched TV while it's on.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, I know it's an old interview.
And
yeah, you were
if I had a
talking about
chance
it.
right now, I'd go in the other room and watch TV.
Ooh, cold.
But
It was got to be one of the more stupid movies I've ever seen.
licorice pizza?
Yeah. Well, you told them you saw it and
Yeah,
didn't
you
like
said you hated it.
No, wasn't that a picture called something pizza that I think Julia Roberts was in?
That was
years ago?
Mystic Pizza. That was a good
Mystic
movie.
Pizza.
That was a good movie. That was.
Yeah.
Licorice pizza. I never heard of that movie.
Well, I don't know. You.
Did I say I did?
Yeah, you said you went to it and you hated it.
Yeah, you and
Only
Marjorie
get through
hated
half
it.
of it.
Wait a minute, licorice pizza? Is that really the name of it, or was it something
Yeah, it
else?
came out in 1920. 19.
Yeah, that's what you called it on the
2021.
interview. Yeah.
Really?
I remember it.
Well, look at IMDb and see if there's a licorice pizza there. I never heard of a movie called
I
Licorice
looked it up
Pizza.
while you were talking to Sabo because
Why
said,
would I
think
go to a
know that
movie called Licorice Pizza? I would never even go to it.
Well, you said everybody was saying how a great movie it was. Told you to go, so you went.
Wow, that interview was done in 2022.
That's right. It came, and the movie came out. In
Well, that shows you
21.
how bad the movie it was. You don't even remember seeing it.
I guess.
Or he doesn't even remember Sabo from 5 minutes ago.
No, I remember Sabo. Give me a break. You know.
That might have been the last movie you went to a theater in before COVID.
Well, let's
Yeah.
see
After
here.
COVID.
No, that was after COVID.
Yeah, it was after COVID.
Yeah, that was
During
after
COVID.
COVID. For only movies, we only went to 2 movies, I think, since COVID in the theater. One was Oppenheimer. We went to go see it in IMAX, which IMAX I don't like. It's just too. Maybe I'm getting to be an old man, but I'm sorry. I like my pictures to be a little smaller. You know, I don't need to be overwhelmed by a movie. You know. Anyway, especially a movie like that, which is basically, you know, history and character driven and so acting driven and so on and so forth. You don't need a big screen for that. You know. In fact, I when I watched it at home, I liked it better than I liked it in the theater. You know, because it gave me time to just kind of enjoy it. So, you know, don't mention.
So you'd probably hate the Sphere in Vegas then.
I would love to. You know what I'd love to do? I'd love to go to Vegas right now and see The Wizard of Oz in the Sphere. They have used AI and they've completely reapportioned the film for a screen, and it's supposedly
That's overwhelming. You're sitting in the middle of that shit.
Yeah, it's supposedly. What do you give me? No, Mark. You don't think it's a good idea?
$250 a ticket.
Is
Yeah.
it really?
Holy moly.
Yeah.
That's what the Dead was going for. They're around 250, 350 a ticket.
Wow.
Wow.
It's only a movie, for crying out loud. But they did have
It's
to.
not even really the Grateful Dead anymore. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's 2 of them left.
Yeah, because he's gone.
That's why they're the Dead.
well,
and the other 2 were really
Dead
grateful.
and Company. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so let me see here. So what was I saying? Oh, so no, I would have wanted to go see that. $250 a ticket?
No, sir.
Well, they did a lot of work on that. I will have to admit, it was an expensive thing for them to create. You know.
You know, the Bellagio did a lot of work to build the fountain and everything, and it's free.
All I'm saying is they got this
I
big,
enjoy watching
big
the fountain.
gigantic screen, and they couldn't put it all. They didn't just blow it up to the screen. They blew up part of the picture, and then they took everything else that was in the scene and expanded it and created surroundings for it and so on. So it's a much bigger picture that fits in that, you know.
It's an IMAX in a dome.
It's not an IMAX in a dome. It's a
being
dome
sarcastic.
picture. It's a dome movie.
You will never catch me paying $250.
Well, I don't. I'm finding it pretty hard too. But now, if you go to the local movie theaters, it's getting there. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, what? Yes.
Popcorn's $80.
What?
Yeah, that's before you get popcorn and drinks.
I don't even
Wait,
Popcorn's
what were you
$80.
going to say, Mark?
you know, if you want that experience, go to New Jersey to the Liberty Science Center where they have the Nature Max Dome IMAX, and it doesn't cost $250. And not only that, it's going to be more entertaining.
Oh, what's more entertaining than The Wizard of Oz?
I'm going to tell you, Alex,
What?
one of the first times when I met Shecky, he knew I loved that movie, Wizard of Oz. I actually saw it at a rescreening at the Film Center in Manhattan.
Mhm.
And you know who was there? I forgot the lady's name. Shecky told me that her great-granddaughter was going to be there, the one who played the Wicked Witch. So
Oh.
she introduced the movie. So it was
Margaret
really-
Hamilton.
Margaret Hamilton, yeah.
Yeah, her yep, she talked about her great-grandmother.
Yeah.
It was
Shaggy
really
told-
nice,
Shag-
yeah.
Yeah,
So I saw it on the
Shaggy
big
told us
screen,
that
yeah,
you
which was
reminded him of the little dog in Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. Anyway, no, that Margaret Hamilton, yeah. But I don't care about her daughter or whatever, you know.
Well, she introduced it. It was a great-granddaughter.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay.
Sorry for your loss.
Do you know how
Tony.
old Margaret Hamilton was when she played the witch?
Amazing. Yeah.
How old now? I don't know her age.
Oh,
She was
how-
29 years old.
Wow, she looked
Really?
old with makeup.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it wasn't. She didn't need much makeup. She looked old when she was young.
Yeah, she
I was
was
scared of her the first time I watched that.
playing an old woman for 50 years or something.
Yep. You know, but that's how you earn money in the movie business. You're character actors. Forget it. They do great. I was telling not Shecky, Bubbles. We were talking about it. I think today when I was doing one of our shots, that he should have gone into being a character actor because he's got a great face to be a character actor. He could have done it when he was 35, and he could do it when he's 75. Because he'll just age into his goofy face. What were you going to say, Mark?
Well, that's like your pal Rick Overton. For a while, Rick was doing a lot of movies.
Yeah.
And I wish, he was doing TV, he was doing movies. And, that's a good second career to have.
Oh, it's a great second career, but I don't know what's happened to Rick. He's still alive.
He's your friend.
I'm going to get a hold of him and see what he's doing. I haven't seen him recently.
Alex, the guy you just saying who could be a character actor, your friend? You know what he reminds me of, that face? The old Christmas shows? The guy who narrates the story. What was the actor's name who did the voice who narrated it in the beginning? He had that face.
That could be one of 10,000 actors.
No, he had a famous. He was a famous voice actor, but he voiced it. I forgot his name.
Voiced what?
Like, beginning of say Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and stuff like that. He came out. It looked like a little claymation.
Not Orson
That was Boris Karloff.
Was that?
No, Boris Karloff did The Grinch Who Stole Christmas.
Was it Burl Ives, maybe? Or no?
Burl Ives did.
Yeah,
Burl
he
Ives.
reminded me of Burl Ives with that face.
Well, Burl Ives wasn't really a character actor. He was pretty much a major actor at one point. Okay. Before all of that, he was a folk singer is what he was.
Yep, a very, very successful one, too.
Yes. And then he became a very good actor, Played Big Daddy in Cat in a Hot Tin Roof.
Yeah, he did some good stuff.
Yeah. And let me see here. But those are people who that was a one shot for Burl Ives, as was The Grinch Who Stole Christmas from Boris Karloff.
Yeah.
And he did the narration on it, because I don't know if the Grinch even had a voice in that movie. But that's probably one of your favorites, right, Tony?
Which one, the Grinch?
The Grinch.
And so I love the Frosty. I'll still watch that. I had that on DVD.
You love the Frosty the Snowman?
I do. I love the all those old throwbacks.
You know what you love? You love crappy cartoons.
I really do. It makes me feel like a kid again. Like I'm watching it, and when
you're watching.
When that was on TV, I had to be sitting there.
Hey, number
I'm
one.
with Tony on that.
He's the number one Scooby Doo fan.
I got the whole collection. Yeah.
I was just gonna say you're jealous.
You wouldn't find me.
I still watch it.
You wouldn't catch me dead watching Scooby Doo. Okay, that terrible Hanna-Barbera animation.
I liked it though. I did like it.
Yes. Yes, Mark.
Okay, so within the last 15 years, they redid Scooby-Doo. And boy, I got to tell you, it was very entertaining.
See? You watched the new one? I was watching it the other day.
And it's the same thing. I remember as a kid watching this show going, you're rooting for the monster of the week. But it becomes a joke after a while. Well, they did something, and it was like, hey, wait a minute. This is actually entertaining finally. They finally figured out something.
Now, was it an animated Scooby?
Yeah.
It was animated. And the way I found out was when I knew Harlan Ellison, and he was in this, and he brought the episode, and I go, what are you talking about?
Wait a minute.
You knew Harlan Ellison?
Yes.
He's a comic writer.
I knew Harlan Ellison, too.
He's one of my favorite
In
science
fact,
fiction
Harlan
writers.
Ellison was friends with everybody except you, Charlie.
I loved his writing. God.
Harlan told me the best story. The best story. He said he was talking with his agent in Hollywood. He wanted to call. He called his agent in Hollywood, and as the agent picks up the phone, the agent is just he can barely talk. He's laughing so hard, and he said, "Can I call you back in a few minutes when I get over this?" And he said, "Sure." So he hung up. He calls back a couple of minutes later. I'm so sorry about that, but I got a call just before you called, and I couldn't believe it. He said, this guy called me up. You know, everybody tries to pitch you ideas if you're an agent. And he tried to pitch me what he considered an incredible idea. And he said, okay, what's the idea? And he said, a white version of The Wiz.
Isn't that what the Wizard of Oz is?
Yes! We're going to do a white version of The Wiz.
I don't know.
Brilliant.
I think something to be wrong with you in that case. Mine comes out yellow.
What?
Whiz. You know, when you whiz.
Oh,
when you-
yeah, okay. All right.
Sorry.
But anyway, that story was, I think it's a classic. Yeah, let's do a white version of The Wiz. Yeah, right. You know.
Anyway, Alex, Harlan was in an episode of an animated the last, and it was wonderful. I was like, "What the hell happened?" And I was like, "Oh my God, this is hysterical!"
What did Harlan play?
Himself.
Oh,
In the episode of Scooby-Doo, but they animated him?
Yes.
You gotta send me that. I would want. I don't know if I saw it.
Boy, that's got to be fandom.
But it was like, I could not believe it was like I was enjoying this. And I'm like, and, you know, I was working for the Warner Music Group when the live action Scooby-Doos and those things, the DVDs were selling like crazy. And I'm like, really? People really do like this? You know, I'm like, okay.
Well, why do they like Scooby-Doo so much? Well,
I wanted to name one of my dogs.
I've got Tony here. What is it about Scooby-Doo you like?
I could tell you, you know what it is, I think? What I love about cartoons is like, it makes me feel like a kid again. It's just something like I always wish I knew. I had a dog that would talk.
I got news for you, Tony. You don't have to feel like a kid again. You never grew up.
Exactly. But you know what it is? It's just something like, I always wish, like, geez, I wish I had a dog that can actually talk. And he's talking. So it's like, I always like, well, that would be really cool. I kind of like the premise how the dog is the star.
Did you ever see the talking dog on Letterman?
No, I never really watched Letterman.
There was this dog, and she looked at the dog, and she went, I love you. And the dog went, I love you.
Oh, easy.
And I think it was Letterman who said the reason he kept doing special pet tricks or stupid pet tricks was because he was waiting for the day when he could put it to bed after he found a talking dog. You know, and they actually found one.
See?
Anyway. So,
she talks.
What's that dog's name?
Pebbles.
That's Pebbles.
Coco. She's the baby.
Pebbles.
Named him after the Flintstones.
Eggs to the cereal, Coco and Pebbles. That's what I did.
It was the other one was Coco, right?
Yeah. I think if I get another girl, I'm going to name it Trix. But I'm thinking I'm doing another cereal.
No, just name it Rice Krispies or something.
But she's going to balk to get a baby.
What happened to him?
Bye, Tony. There he goes.
Bye, Tony.
I think he had to walk the dog, he said.
Really?
Yeah, the dog looked like it was about ready to do something.
Can you imagine what aliens would think
Yeah.
if they came down to Earth and they saw people picking up their pets' poop? You know, I mean, who would they really think was the master, and who would they think was the pet? You know? I told Marjorie, I said, that's the reason I don't want to have a dog. I said, if I have a dog, you're the one that's going to have to walk the dog. You're the one that's going to have to pick up the poop, you know?
It's like second nature when I'm picking up the poo in the yard. I don't even care if I get it on my fingers. So
Wow.
I'll make you a deal. I'll make you a deal, Marjorie. If you want to get a dog and clean up its poop, I'll clean up the cat's poop. Okay.
Well, I thought that dog was a Chihuahua, Tony.
No, she's a little lap. She was a runter litter.
Oh.
So where's your vacation going?
Greece.
Oh,
Oh, just around the Greek Isles, you know, and
Yep.
I think down into, I don't know, Turkey or something like that, too. Yeah.
right.
I don't care. I'm never getting off the boat. I'm never leaving the cabin. We got a really nice deck, I understand. Very expansive deck. She's our tour person said it's a real good. It's in the towards the front of the ship, but it's very nice. She knows what the rooms look like and so on. So yeah, whatever.
The last time I got a cruise, I went to Canada, and I got on. I knew which way the cruise ship was going to pull into the harbor in Canada, so I got on that side of the boat, and a beautiful view of Victoria and everything. A friend of mine that went got a view of other ships that were docked.
Well, I said to Marjorie, as long as we were using Shecky's money, we should go where Shecky went. And one of the places he went, Marjorie would love to go, is the Galapagos.
Well, that was supposed to be nice
You
to
know,
see penguins.
And then I said, well, as long as we're going down that way, he went down to the Arctic,
Antarctica. Yeah.
Antarctica. And, you know, you get in a little boat from the boat, and they take you all around. Supposedly, it's the cruise of a lifetime. It
Oh
really
yeah,
is.
penguin shit smell.
Well, that's the one thing
Yeah.
that Shecky warned me about. He said, you really don't want to go with the penguins. He said,
No.
because there's nothing like millions of penguins shitting.
No.
The smell, he said, will make you gag. He said, they look so cute standing there. You know, they make documentaries about the cute little penguins. And there's nothing vicious about them. They're very nice. They're very accommodating. In fact, they'll come stand right next to you and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but he said,
Millions of them. Yeah.
he said, you've never smelled the smell of millions of penguins pooping at the same time. It's desiccated fish.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, that's terrible.
So that was the biggest advice, travel advice I ever got from anybody. But Shecky went to the Arctic, and then he had some kind of problem where he passed out or something, and he had to be taken to a hospital, and he didn't finish the vacation. So, yeah, that was the first sign I think we had that something was wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't mind taking a few adventurous things, but the thing is, because we don't walk as well as we used to, we don't want to go somewhere where we have to do a lot of walking, and we might in the Galapagos have to do somewhat of an amount of walking because of what's there, to go. But you can just sit there and hang out with the turtles, and yeah.
Isn't that where the Komodo dragons are at also?
Komodo dragons aren't in the. Are they in the?
No, they're in Australia.
They're in, no. Well, the Galapagos
Indonesia.
Island is where Darwin, he went there and lived because the interesting thing about the Galapagos was he found breeds of animals that didn't exist anywhere else on the earth, because what had happened is you would get a lot of different kinds of animals and so on. Maybe they get on a log or something, and because of the currents, it would draw them out to sea, and where they all wound up are the Galapagos. So you got a lot of these animals that got there, and of course, this is one that wasn't their natural habitat, but somehow they adapted to it, and that's why they changed. And Darwin wrote a whole, thesis based on that, because he on what happens when animals will, like for instance, change. So pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, that would be one of my places I'd want to go. And I'd like to go out to San Francisco and hang out a little bit. Go see all my friends in the Bay Area. I'll be sure to let you all know when I'm coming out, except you, Alan. And
Yeah, but I was the one that was going to take you to somewhere other than McDonald's. So.
Oh, really? Where are we going to take me?
I don't know, House of Prime Rib or something like that.
You like the House of Prime Rib?
Yeah, the biggest one. It's in San Francisco.
Yeah, it's on what street?
Lombard and Van Ness.
Lombard and Van Ness, yeah.
somewhere around there.
Yeah, no, I've never. I think I ate there once years ago. Yeah, but it's supposed to be very good.
It is.
Yeah.
It is good. The only trouble is it's kind of noisy in there, but the food's great. You get a regular cut of whatever rarity you want of prime rib, and if you want more, they'll cut you more for free.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. No.
Charlie says, "Wow," but it's $50 for the prime rib.
I had a restaurant in the in the marina that I used to eat at all the time. That great.
Where?
Huh?
Where?
In the marina, just that main drag there. I'm trying to remember what the name of it is now. Very well known.
Alioto's?
No, not Alioto's. Alioto's. Oh my God! I ate there once. It was the worst. It was just the worst. And the worst part about it was a good friend of mine was Angela Alioto, who was a city council member, and her family owned Alioto's. And so I went to Alioto's to have dinner because I'd never been there before. And it was horrible. The crab was terrible. The crab looked like the droopy dog of crab. You know, it was just like, well, you can eat me if you want to. It was just like small little pieces and stuff. And finally I told her that, next time I talked to her.
They own several businesses in San Francisco.
I said it was the worst place that I had ever eaten seafood. And she said, she got very upset at me, actually. And then she said, but my brother doesn't take that good care of the place. So, yeah. Whatever.
Well, they owned a body shop on Folsom and like 17th or 18th Street.
Yeah.
Huge body shop, too.
But a lot of these people don't even know what we're talking about.
Right.
You got Mark, who's down in Florida, and you got Charlie, who's down in Texas, and you got Jeff, who's in Connecticut. And what do they know from the House of Prime Rib?
No.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, did you ever go to that place in Brooklyn?
Oh, Peter Luger.
I went to that place in Brooklyn. Now, which one?
Yeah, Peter Luger.
Oh,
Peter Luger's.
Many times, Jeff. Many times.
How is Peter Luger's?
Well, when I was there years ago, between that and the old Palm, probably the best steak you're ever going to get in the city.
Was it Peter Luger's? How do they do it? I mean, how do they do it? I mean, people buy their meats from pretty much the same places. Is it spices or something, or the way they age it?
It's the aging, and their aging room or whatever, it's grandfathered in, so it's one of a kind. It's one of those things where you're not going to have, if you really like steak, you're not going to have a bad meal. I mean, even the sides are good, and that says a lot.
Uh-huh.
But everything is all a cart.
Yeah. The one thing is that it used to be cash only. They didn't take credit cards.
That's right.
Oh, wow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Do they take credit cards now?
I don't know. I mean, they have like a house card or something like that. But
No, my friend Shecky used to like to go to Peter Luger's. Yeah. But I think it was really right near the studios where they did their show and stuff. So it was in the neighborhood. Wasn't it? Where was it?
I think that's in Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn?
Yeah,
It's in
Brooklyn,
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
But the other place in the city was the Palm. And what was good about the Palm, besides the steak, was that that's where all the cartoonists from King Features, which was around the corner.
Oh, yeah.
So the walls were full of cartoons done by the actual artists.
Oh,
And,
wow.
And they also made they also poured a really good drink there too. So
Well, that's probably how those cartoonists paid for their dinner.
What do you think they did a sketch?
Yep.
Tony's going to go down there and bid on them all now.
There was a guy who used to own a restaurant here called, oh God, my mind is just so going. I mean, how do I not know the name of
Dunkin'
this
Donuts?
place? No. Anyway, he owned a restaurant Marjorie used to work there.
Oh, is that the one you used to go to? What was that called again? Like the famous people would go. And
Yeah,
get hungry.
yeah. All the Warhol people would hang out there,
Mm-hmm.
and God, what's wrong
You
with
know, I
my
remember you
mind
mentioning
these
it.
days?
Elaine's? No.
No. Although I went to Elaine's on one occasion. No.
Max's Kansas City.
Max's Kansas City.
I remember we went to Ramones. I remember reading on that.
Oh, now that's a place.
What kind of place was that, Alex?
Now, there were people there who paid for their dinners by giving the owner of the place works of art.
Yep. Oh, really?
And he had these works by Andy Warhol and by Jackson Pollock and all these people who used to come in and have dinner. And he had a world-class collection of art, but he was also a gambler.
Really?
Guess what happened to that world-class collection of
Oh
art?
boy.
Mafia
Went
guys.
broke.
Really?
Yeah,
You know, he's old.
pretty terrible. Pretty terrible. But he had he had original Warhols and things like that. Yeah. But this place was great when you had all those artists working here, when it was a big art town, But I'm trying to remember who did it. It might have been Pollock. I went to this apartment, this loft that somebody owned, this woman owned. And it turned out she was the wife of this famous artist. And just in her living room was this giant full-scale model airplane. And I'm trying to remember who did that. He did a lot of things like that, a giant model airplane and so on.
The giant pencil.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, the giant pencil was there. And she got some of these works because she divorced him and, he didn't want to pay her money. He didn't have to.
Yeah.
So, I'm trying to remember who that was. I can't remember. But anyway, there were a lot of artists like that working in New York. And boy, when I was here then, they were all here. Warhol, the whole lot.
I think Jeff is trying to say something.
Yes, Jeff.
Yeah, I have a nephew that's Sean Crystal, who's an artist who really works on cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
He's all right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't see much of it, but anyway, I thought maybe somebody might know about it.
About who?
About Sean Crystal.
Never heard of Sean Crystal.
That's good.
What do you mean that's good? I wish I could tell you I did. But those were also the days where somebody once said, I think it was, I'm trying to remember now. Oh, God. I keep forgetting names like crazy. But anyway, the guy who was in Woody Allen's picture, and somebody's quoting him all the time and they're waiting in line for a movie, and finally Woody Allen pulls the guy they're talking about from behind a sign and says, well, wait a minute, let's see if he agrees with you about what you said. Well, I never said that. I'm trying to remember who that was. But he wrote a, what was his book? I can't remember. Anyway, he said, and he had a quote that I liked, and that was, art is anything you can get away with. And it's kind of true.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Sure, why not?
Huh?
What did they say? Art is in the eye of the beholder.
No, forget about that. Art is anything you can get away with.
Mm.
And a lot of people were getting away with a lot of stuff. I mean, what? Somebody builds a full-size model airplane, and that's art? Yeah, you bet your life it was. Giant number 2 pencil, art? You bet it is. Why not? Art is anything you can get away with. Art is anything you say it is.
Here's my pencil.
This show is art, okay?
Oh yeah.
Bad art, but it's art nonetheless.
No.
Anyway, so what else is happening? Oh, something. Nobody's talking about the president much anymore. He tries to get them talking every day, but nobody's paying attention anymore. They're just so sick of it all. They're so tired of it that they don't talk about him that often. You know.
Rumor is that he's dying.
Rumor is he's very sick. Yes.
Oh, thank God! I've never prayed this much, but you know,
No, I don't pray for anybody to die. I think that's
no, I don't.
you know.
I don't.
You're right. That's right.
Well, I don't know in this case.
Maybe hit by a truck by accident.
But he apparently, they've seen bruises on his hands.
Yeah, he looks swollen, Alex.
And his ankles.
His ankles are
swollen.
gigantic.
Yeah.
Can it be congestive heart failure with the ankles, you think?
No,
That's
I don't know
what they're saying,
what it could be. They haven't said what it could be. But you see, they're never forthcoming about his health either.
No, he's the healthiest guy in the world.
He doesn't look healthy.
Nope.
You know, if anything, he looks very tired.
I think Elon Musk is really sorry that he got close to Trump the way he did. The Business News reported that Tesla sales are down 40% in Europe, and the Chinese automaker of electric vehicles is up 90% in the same area of the world.
Yeah, but he's still doing very well.
Oh, he's doing okay.
Yeah. Doing okay. Are you doing that okay?
No, I'm not. If I was, I would be Alex Bennett.
You know, but I mean, I look. I'm glad that the SpaceX rocket worked because we need that SpaceX rocket. Now, I was watching Neil deGrasse Tyson, and he was saying that SpaceX isn't doing anything NASA hadn't already done.
Right.
But he didn't mention they're doing it cheaper than NASA ever did it, you know? And NASA has never built a rocket as big as the one he launched the other day. Am I right, Charlie?
That's true.
I think that's the largest rocket ever, both in propulsion for the the second stage, and for the size of the cargo, which is going to get even larger. So the fact that he finally got it to go up and it came down where he wanted it to come down, pretty good,
Yeah, it didn't blow up.
Didn't blow up. And that's the first step towards none of them blowing up.
Yeah.
And nobody realized, and I think you'll agree with me, Charlie, on this because you know all about this, and I think I know a bit about it too, that really the kind of thing that they did that failed is how you learn.
Yeah.
It's how you get to the point where it does work. But first, you got to have failure, and you can't be afraid to fail. And a failure in that case is very expensive.
Don't tell RFK Jr. that. That's how science works.
Yep.
You fail a bunch of times and you learn from it until you get it right.
Well, JFK Jr. is going to kill all of us.
Yeah, he sure is.
The
FDA just, at his behest, just approved. God, I can't even speak today. COVID shots, the 24-25 COVID shots, but you got to be 65 and older.
Mm-hmm. Or you can be a young kid, but you've got certain conditions. You can still listen. You can get it anyway. All that happens is your doctor has to prescribe it to you.
Yeah, but a lot of these people don't have doctors.
But before you didn't have to have a doctor prescribe it for you. You went in and you got it. So
we'll see how that works out.
But most of the people on this panel can get it, so we're.
Oh yeah, anybody can get it.
Well, I mean, listen, the guy.
Oh, you mean the shot? I'm sorry, I thought you were talking about COVID.
The trouble with JFK Jr. is he's just egotistical and thinks he knows everything, when he really doesn't know much about any of peer science.
No, he knows nothing about science.
He really doesn't. and he just lives with theories that people have that, you get, what are you supposed to get from the measles shot? Autism from the measles shot.
Yeah.
Totally unproven.
It's a, you know what I was telling this to my brother Alex with this clown. It's like if he didn't have the last name Kennedy, he never would have got this job.
No.
It's just he's not even a doctor. He don't even know anything, and
You know what's funny? You make Dr. Oz the head of Medicare,
yeah,
or whatever Medicare comes under.
he should have been the other way.
He should have been. Now, I wouldn't have disagreed if they made him the Surgeon General.
Like, when you want to have it, like you said, when you
To
want to have a
begin with,
doctor,
as much as you like or dislike Dr. Oz, he happened to be a pretty good surgeon.
Yeah.
And I think he would do that job very well. But what does he know about managing Medicare? That's the problem. So
He knows how to stay out of the media.
he's been just staying in the background. Yeah.
That's
It's
good.
too bad that they didn't put him where RFK Jr.'s at.
Where RFK Jr. is at?
Where he's at. They should have put
yeah,
Dr.
he
Oz
might have
in.
gone more with peer-driven science. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's a scientist. He's a physician.
yeah. And he was a good one. Was told one of the best surgeons in the New York area.
when my brother had the heart procedure, Alex, he
I
was
don't agree
on
with
a
you.
different team in the city.
You don't agree, Jeff?
No.
He was an asshole in the
Oh, no,
office.
he's an
I-
asshole. That has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the way he handles the surgery, the pre-operative
Yeah.
surgery, and how he organizes with, there's like
Couple of people.
5-6 people
Yeah.
who've got to do this together. And he was terrible at handling people that way.
Didn't you hate being his patient and being wide awake while he was trying to delegate? You
No.
do this, you do that.
Well,
I saw him operate twice.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah, one of the ways that I develop products is to go and talk to surgeons and observe the surgery and learn a little bit as to what it's like and how to make it work well. And he was strange. That's all I could say.
well, how was he respected or not respected among his peers?
I don't think he was as well done by the other surgeons that are very good.
My brother had the other team.
Now he had that job. He had a great job in New York, but all of a sudden he didn't last too long.
Well, I had heard that he was a good surgeon. He may not, but he wasn't a very nice guy, because I know I worked with him at Sirius XM.
Oh, you did?
Oh yeah, he came in and started working there, doing a show there, and the people around him did not like him that much.
Yeah.
Ego, Alex, or just a
I think that's what Jeff
ego,
said.
or just like an asshole? But
He was supposed to be an asshole. Yeah,
he knows everything about it.
yeah, pretty much an asshole.
But he was not. Forget about that. He was an asshole. He really screwed up the group of people getting the surgery procedure done well. And here's this patient who's like in the bed, knocked out, and you're supposed to minimize the amount of surgery. You're supposed to do that right away. I'm with him one time, and I'm supposed to go with him, and he's talking to somebody else on the phone, personally, for like a half an hour.
Well, what was wrong with that, outside of the fact that he was ignoring you while he was doing it?
Well, it doesn't bother what he did me. I mean, I just sat.
He wasn't
there.
operating on somebody when he was on the
No,
phone.
I'm there doing it, but I go down there with him, and and everybody has been like ignoring the group.
Okay.
You know, it was just not effective.
Well,
I've seen a lot of
I'll
other
take your
surgeons.
word for it. You know, but
Yeah, that's my opinion. You
but I
know,
did hear he was a pretty good surgeon. You know, I mean, he could get the job done. Doesn't mean he isn't an asshole. Doesn't mean he, had no decent bedside manner. Any of those things. But
Yeah.
that as a surgeon, which is a skill, he was very skilled.
I'm
That's
sure
funny
he
because
was.
when I went to get a colonoscopy, my doctor was a real asshole. In the like, oh, good, he's an asshole
real
gonna work on my
asshole.
asshole.
Yeah, I'm wondering. That's
Asshole's gonna work on my asshole.
Yeah, that's almost redundant, isn't it?
Yeah. He came in. He was like, "Why isn't this there? Where's my paper? What the fuck is this guy gonna check my ass?
Yeah.
Put me to sleep."
Well, I've had doctors that didn't have a great bedside manner. I mean, the guy
There's a lot of them like
The
that.
guy who did my the seeds of my prostate he'd have a great bedside manner, but he was efficient, and I believed in him, and he also had a great reputation. I mean, he kept Rudolph Giuliani alive, which is one thing I never asked him about. I never asked him about that, because I figured
Why?
Man, I would ask him, did
What?
Rudy have a dirty ass? It's something stupid.
Yeah.
Well, the one that I would recommend, which a lot of people don't know, and I'm sure he's retired at this point. He had a great name, John Eleftheriadis.
That sounds Greek.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my favorite name for somebody in the profession was my lawyer,
Well, yeah.
What was it again? Reamer?
Fred Reamer.
I like the Reamer. Yeah, if you're in trouble, get Reamer. Get him on the phone.
And I graduated to Fred Reamer from my previous lawyer,
I like the last
who
name.
didn't work too well. His name was Mr.
Unbelievable.
Turtle.
The turtle.
I remember Mr. Turtle.
You really
You know
don't
you're gonna win
want.
with
You don't
Reamer.
want to say to somebody. You don't want to say to somebody, if you give me any crap, you're going to have to deal with my lawyer, Mr. Turtle.
I remember you used to talk about him all the time.
Yeah, but Fred Reamer, man, he was he was a good lawyer too. But his mother was a divorce lawyer, and she had a firm with another guy, and this is the divorce firm of Skinner and Reamer.
I like that. Yeah, get in there. That's good. Yeah.
Wow.
You're done.
To me,
As a kid,
better say.
my dentist, his last name was Panic. Robert Panic. He was a good Jew boy, but his last name was Panic.
wouldn't you think that you would change your name if you were a dentist from Panic? Oh well. What kind of name is Panic? What's the derivation of that?
I don't know. He's German Jewish. He was. We called him Uncle Bob. My father and him met in kindergarten and remained friends all through life.
Oh, nice.
Really? How good. How good. Well, we're getting close to theme time here, but I'm not ready to play it yet. Anybody have anything else to say today? Well, yeah, I just gotta say one thing. I was watching CBS News tonight, and I was really, really disappointed in them because there was this shooting at the Catholic Church in where was it? Minneapolis, was it? I think.
Yeah.
And it's a tragedy. But man, the way they go in and take advantage of all these people who have faced an ultimate disaster, losing a kid or whatever, and then just asking them the stupidest questions so they'll cry giving an answer.
They all do it.
They all take advantage of people like that, and I think it was in such bad taste.
Yep.
I was just appalled by it. I just had to mention that. Hey, Charlie, thank you. I appreciate it. Mark, gee, this is getting to be a regular thing with you. This is terrific. I like that. Alan, thank you so very much. Kevin, good to have you here. Jeff, wonderful to hear how you feel about Dr. Oz. Thank you, because I think we all felt that way about him and we didn't even know him, And finally, Tony, always nice to have you here, even though you name all your pets after cereal. Anyway, everybody give a big wave goodbye. I'll give a good wave goodbye at you. Okay, there they go, folks. Say goodbye to them. There they go. That's our citizen panel for tonight. That winds up our show tonight. Amy Manuel's back tonight, by the way. She decided she could do a show tonight, so she's next over most of the same Gabnet. She'll be taking your calls on Zoom, and you can get to her on Zoom by going to our gabnet.net page and just looking down the bottom of column 3, and there are all these shows, and you click on them if you want to go on them. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow night, same time, same station in life. In the meantime, as always, if you see her, of course, tell her I love her, okay? Bye-bye, everybody.